Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel, Chatting with Chops. Today we're going to try and make vegan stamped sugar cookies with some icing as well. So let's get started. So we're going to have fun making stamp cookies today. You know, you get these wonderful little stamps for presents and things, and then not quite sure what to do with them. And you can kind of makeshift your own of any kind of designs that you have around the house. Just make sure, obviously, that they're clean and ready to go to stamp into your cookies. So the first thing we need to do is make our dough, though. And we're going to start out, and of course, you know, I love baking vegan, so we're going to make these vegan. I have 1 cup of vegan butter in my bowl. All right, so we need 1 cup of packed brown sugar. Okay. All right. And then we're going to mix that all together. All right, so while we're mixing that, which I've turned it off for a minute so y'all could hear me, we're going to put in a separate bowl 2 2/3 cup of flour. Okay, there's 1. 2, and then we need 2/3. Ooh, I'm almost out of flour. All right, 2 2/3 cup flour. Our 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, and then we need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay, and then we're just going to give that a little swirl just to get everything all mixed in. All right, and then we're going to go back to mixing our brown sugar and our butter in really well. All right, now we're going to add our egg and our vanilla, which we're making this vegan, so we're going to add 1/2 of 1 of these little cups of unsweetened applesauce, which is about 1 egg. So we're going to put that in. Just make sure we get all of that in there. And then we're going to do 1 teaspoon of vanilla, which I like using vanilla bean paste. So we're going to use 1 teaspoon of that. All right. All right, now we're going to mix that in real good. All right, so the next thing I want to do is scrape my bowl a little bit. Just want to make sure everything is mixed in good. And then we're going to start adding our flour slowly to our wet mixture. Really slowly so we don't end up having our kitchen wear it. Again, just want to bring my beaters up and check and make sure everything is mixed in really good. Get most of that off. Because that's just going to be another cookie. If we leave it on here, then it'll be a waste. Okay. And then what I want to do is take my mixture and make sure that everything is mixed in really well. Make sure there's not any residue of flour sitting anywhere. When you're working with sugar cookies, you really want to make sure that the batter is really cold. And when you're going to be doing them with these nice presses, if the batter is soft and warm, it's just going to squish right up into those crevices and get stuck. So if you have your batter nice and cold, it's just going to barely tap on the top. So we don't want to miss out on any of the batter. But again, like I said, we're just going to stick this in the fridge for about 2 or 3 hours and then come back and make some beautiful cookies. We have the fun part of making these cookies is what you want to do is you want to take a small ball of your dough roll them up in a ball, or as close as a ball you can get. Okay, and I have a plate out here because normally what I would do is I would roll all this dough out into the little balls, and then I would put them on the cookie sheets. But I want to show you how it works, so we're going to do a few. All right, so again, rolling them up in. The recipe says about golf ball size. I say try and get them into, some pretty good size balls like that. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our cookie sheet, bring it down, and then we're going to take one of our balls and put it on our cookie sheet. I recommend using parchment paper or your cooking mats or something. That way they're not sticking to your actual cookie sheet. And then we're going to take our stamp with a little bit of flour on it. Just knock that off because you don't want a whole lot of flour on it. And then just stamp down on the cookie. Oh boy, and it's stuck. So that didn't work. That's what the recipe says to do, but all right. So let's try that again. Maybe we need a little bit more flour. It says make a golf ball sized ball, put it on the cookie sheet. All right, and then squish down. And it's stuck too. All right, well, maybe we just need to expect that they're going to stick a little bit. And just kind of peel them back off. That's the fun of baking, whereas you just try different things until you get something that works. I'm going to try and squish it down a little bit already. And then get my flour on there. And then just, that tells me my oven has been preheated. You can preheat yours to 350 degrees. And I would say just gently try and peel it off. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So it's just taking a little bit of finesse. So I flattened mine out a little bit. Got the flour on my press. Press that down. And then just gently pull it away. Okay. And I think what I would recommend also, because we are having to put a little bit more flour on there than is probably the best, and just brush off some of the extra flour that's gotten stuck on there. But that's what we're going to do, is we're just going to sit here and make these cookies, bake them at 350 degrees for 10 to 12 minutes and bring them out, and we'll look and see how they look. And if I flip them over, so you can see a little bit of brown on there. And since I haven't made these before, I didn't want to overcook them. So I've cooked them for 15 minutes, and I'm taking them off the baking sheet, and I'm going to let them sit on this wire rack and cool. And then we're going to maybe decorate a few of them. So we've made all of our beautiful cookies. The recipe made 44 of them, and you can see that some of them turned out a little bit better than others. Sometimes the indentation kind of got lost. But we're going to try and decorate some of these tomorrow. All right, so first off, I'm going to say I'm sorry it's going to be a little bit fuzzy what you're looking at, because I have a plastic bag over my camera so that I don't end up with this lovely food color spray mist all over my camera. So it's Wilton Color Mist Shimmering Food Color Spray, and it's gold. Someone gave me this as a gift to try it out. So we're going to spray it on some of these cookies. The directions say about 6 inches away from whatever you're spraying on. And it said just practice on a paper towel first. So, oh goodness. Okay. So now we're going to try and spray some of these cookies without spraying everything else in the kitchen. It might not have been the best color choice of putting gold onto brown cookies, but we're going to see how it comes out. I don't know if y'all can really see the glitter spray. I might have picked the wrong choice color of cookie to try it on. It definitely made them kind of glittery, so that's interesting. But I'm just going to set these off to the side and let them dry, and we're going to try our next way of decorating some of these cookies. So on some of my cookies, the imprint wasn't as defined as others. You see how that one just is not as defined. So I thought, since this was just a regular sugar cookie, that I would decorate some of them and practice working on my piping work and trying some different types of icing that I have. All right, so what I have also received was this blue, Wilton blue decorating icing, and it has actually 2 tips in the bottle. Oh, that's much better. Okay. And I'm just going to tinker around with it a little bit. No special designs or anything, but just, it's a great time to kind of practice your piping work. Because the sugar cookie is enough on its own, but everybody will enjoy a little extra icing, I'm sure. All right, now let's try this other tip that it comes with. See, it also has a star tip that it comes with. And again, I don't do piping very often, so it's not like I'm well versed in all my tips. But that blue is really blue, isn't it? All right, let's see how it comes out with this tip. Oh, okay. Kind of gives you a little squidgy. I like that one. That one turned out really pretty with a nice little star in the middle, so I'm going to try and see if I can do that again. That's the other trick, too. When you're learning how to pipe, you kind of have to learn how to pipe, but try and get some consistency going where you can reproduce what you've done. That can be tricky. So it kind of gives them the look of little flat cupcakes. All right, so we've made geo-stamped press cookies. And what we have done is we've given them a nice, pretty golden food coloring spray. And then we've also done some fun piping with our Wilton kind of pre-made icing, which there's nothing wrong with pre-made icing. I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe, and I will keep making wonderful bakes for you. And the fun thing about these sugar cookies, remember, is it's all vegan. So have a great day.